So now we are doing the copy activity use cases. Okay. So we checked two of the copy activity functionality earlier. One was the wildcard method, where you have used .csv as a wildcard, asterisk.csv. So it means you can able to, move the data from your input container to any location. Like you can move into output container, you can move into SQL DB or wherever you want. But in copy activity, you can use the wildcard method. Okay. And second one, which is the list of files. For example, if you have thousands of files, but you want to do a copy activity only for a specific file based on the list, so you can do that. So these two things are very, important. Now, today we are going to check the last modified date and time setting, right? Using hard-coded value and dynamic value both. Okay. So we will get to know what is hard-coded value and what is the meaning of dynamic value. You will also know about parameters and expressions. Okay, this is very, very important. And the last thing is additional calculated column, additional columns basically. So in copy activity we can also create additional columns. Okay, so we will do that for sure. Okay, so let me go back and show the screen. Okay, so let me open the, first of all, Azure Data Factory pipeline. Let me open an Excel to explain you the scenario. So now let's talk about the copy activity based on last modified date. What do you mean by last modified date and time? So basically, if any file is available in your input container, right? And there could be a, if you have saved this file, or of this file has recently come, for example, today is 13th, right? 13th of December, maybe. Okay. And it's 11 p.m. So imagine if I uploaded the file at 11 p.m., right? So last modified date will be of 11 p.m. Okay. Or you can say something is modified. Okay. Then last modified date is, today's date. Correct. And if you want to, so there are number of files present in this input container. For example, thousands of files are there, and this was stored since last year, and last year is year 2023, right? And right now we are standing in year 2024, but I want to load the file. I want to perform the copy activity for those files which came in this input for container, or last modified in this input container starting from 1st of Jan, right? So what we can do, we can use this feature within the copy activity, where we can, you know give the instructions to my pipeline to only consider those files which is available, which was modified starting from 1st of Jan till 13th of December. Making sense, guys? So this is the feature. So how we can do this? Okay, so let's quickly go and check where this feature is existing. Okay, so you will go to the pipeline. Okay, so I have created some of the, test for you, but we will recreate this once again. So let me show you how I have done this. So it's a simple copy activity. If you go within the source, you are creating a data set. Okay, so there is a section known as filter by last modified date. Okay, start date and end date. So you can give a range. During this range you want to, you know extract the data. Okay, so let's quickly now go and create a new pipeline for you to demonstrate this. And let me open storage account as well. Okay, So we are not uploading any new data, but we are playing with the same set of data which we were using earlier. So in input container, we have input file. So input, I'm considering input container. So input container, you can see I am having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 files, right? And you can see what is the last modified date. Some files are modified on 6th of December. Some files are modified on 12th of December. Some files are modified on 10th of December, right? Okay. Okay. So if you want to fetch, if you want to, extract the data, let's first, so first feature we were talking about is last modified date and time using hard code value. What do you mean by hard code value is, right? So if I hard code that my start date will be of 6th of December, correct? 2024, and end date will be of, you can say, 8th of December, right? So I want to extract the data, okay, in between 6th December and 8th December. So I am giving this value, okay, within the copy activity. You can see, you can see this pipeline. If this is the source, if this is the copy activity, if I give this start date as 6th here, forget about this expression. I will explain you how this expression can be created here. So if I do the start date of 6th December and end date is 8th December, and this, you can say, data set, right? This data set is actually pointing to this container, right? So you can see in this container, which file is starting, has modified date, start date from 6th to 8, only one file comes, right? This is the file which was last modified on 6th of December, right? And there is no other file in between range of 6th December and 8th December. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hard code this. Hard code means static value. Okay. Let me explain you the other side of it. What is dynamic value? So hard code is nothing but static value. Okay. And dynamic is nothing but it will be a dynamic. Dynamic means it will be based on some, current value. For example, UTC now. Do you know about UTC? What is UTC? So our entire time zone in the world, okay, runs with Greenwich Meridian time, which is a London time, okay, which is known as UTC. So we have taken London, UK as a reference, and on the basis of that, we are calculating the time of India and other countries. All the time zones, we have UTC now, right? So right now, if in England, if the time is like 5 a.m., right, or you can say, so that is the time, okay, UTC now. So if you want to if you want to run any pipeline, okay, for last working day, so this expression you can see, this is, I will explain this expression in detail, but this is nothing but it is a UTC now. UTC now is right now, if you say, we have, what is UTC? UTC is, current date is 13th of December. Imagine this way, okay, 2024. And what is the time? Imagine the time is 1 a.m. Okay, 1 a.m. right? Or you can say, let's say 2 a.m. is the time. This is the time right now in UK. So this UK time is nothing but a UTC time, correct? So as per this logic, I want to do a copy activity based on last modified date, which is UTC now -1. -1 means within 1 hour of time frame from now. So my start date will become, what will be my start date, guys? 13th of December 2024, 1 a.m. So my pipeline will search the file starting from 1 a.m. till right now. So it will load all the file which came during last 1 hour. Correct? So what does it mean? If I give this instruction to this pipeline, it will go in input container and it will search that which files are have recently come within 1 hour. Right? So this is the concept of dynamic pipeline. So dynamic means it is not a hard coded or static value. Okay. It will be based on the current time. Okay. So for example, if you run this pipeline at 12 p.m., imagine, or 11 p.m., right? If this pipeline is triggered at 11 p.m., then in that case, what will be the start date? Start timestamp will become 10 p.m. Okay, and it will load the data between 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. If any file has come, it will only move that file, right? So this is the powerful concept of last modified date using hard coded value and static value. Agreed? Okay. Now let's quickly jump to the exercise, what we are going to do. Understood? So I'm going to create a new pipeline very quickly. Okay. And I'm going to do a copy activity in the same way, right? And I will make this pipeline as PL underscore, I can say last modified date. Okay. Test scenario. Okay. So basically this is the large name I have given, no problem. So I will hide my property. I will make some space like this. Okay. And I will give some instruction like copy data based on last, okay, modified time step, right? I'm just giving the description. Now source, what could be the source? Okay, so I can create a source data set. So what will be my data set, guys? So data set will be nothing but it should read your container because you are not pointing to any specific file, right? So in data set, we are only reading the container, and in this container, there could be any type of file. In this container, there could be a CSV file, there could be a TXT file, there could be XLX file, right? So it means what kind of file type you have to use? We discussed yesterday. Yes, we have to use binary type. Agreed? So what I will do, I will first of all binary, but all the file systems comes in which one? Azure Data Lake storage. Correct. So I will hit OK and I will use this binary option. Okay. And this I will just renaming this data type ds underscore input folder. You can say binary type. Okay. Let's give any logical name, then I will select my link services. Then in that case, because I have to point to the folder, okay, so basically whenever you are doing it first time a day, this option obviously come because this is trying to, this ADF portal is trying to go to portal.azure.com, right? And it will go through some platform. That platform is nothing but integration runtime. But integration runtime is asking your permission because they will charge money to you, right? So it is asking your permission to, enable the in this thing. You can say integration runtime to access this. So I am going to here virtual network enable it. Okay, so this is asking 60 minutes live, so it will enable you for 60 minutes. Okay, so don't worry about that, it will take time, not very much time, but it will be enabled. Okay, so far you understood. So this has done. Now what you can do, you can hit on retry, and this time it will point to your container. Okay, So these are the containers available. Okay. So what you can do, you can go to your input container and you don't have to choose any specific file because you have to fetch this file based on last modified date, right? So you're not choosing any specific file. So I will hit on OK. That's it. I will hit on OK once again. All right. So my binary, so you can see the icon. You will always see icon of 0 1. 0 or 1 is nothing but a symbol of binary. So in binary language, you have only 0 or 1. Okay, that's why. Anyways, so now here this option is coming, filter by last modified date. If you hover on this, you can see what is written over there. The filter with last modified time in the range. So this should be the range, start time and end time will be filtered further processing. The time will be applied to UTC time zone. So I discussed already about UTC time zone. And what is the format? YYMMDD. Okay, so you can enter that format manually, or what you can do, if you hit there, this clock automatically comes. Okay, so but we know we should, if I want to extract only some information. Okay, for example, I want to extract only this data, imagine. Okay, so what I can do, what time I should put, guys? I should put like starting from 6th December and I will end at 7th December, 9th December. Okay, before 10 I can end, right? As per this. So I'm giving you an hypothetical example, right? So I have selected 6th December and 0, let's have the time 00 only. Okay, so it's done. Then what I will do, I will hit 8th and I will click OK. So you can see this is the UTC time format and this is nothing but a hard coded value. Okay. Anyways, I will go to sync and within sync I will again create a data set. Okay, I will hit on continue for ADLS Gen 2. Again, I will choose binary. Why? Because if source data set is binary, right, then sync should also be binary. Otherwise, it will create a problem. Okay, so I will hit on continue. And this time I am just going to rename this DS underscore output. Okay, you can say binary. Okay, whatever it is. Then I will choose this link services. I can select my output folder, or imagine if you don't want to select any output folder, you want to recreate it. Okay, so what you can do, you can simply give a name also. So system will create this on a fly. On the fly, the system will create the container. No need to create a container or reuse the container if you want to create on the fly. Okay, so this is the feature. So let's create the on the fly like ABC output, something like that. Okay, so system will create this container with this name. Okay, so let me hit on OK. So guys, till now you are with me. Okay, now what I will do, I can publish. Okay, this is throwing an error, should have at least one activity. Oh, I have not done any activity. Failed to publish because of the following validation error. Pipeline 1. Okay, I have not created any pipeline. Okay, sorry. This is by mistake. Maybe I have hit create on one. Okay, anyways, so this is not having any error. Okay, it's deploying. It's not mandatory to deploy the pipeline. Okay, you can directly debug also, but I deployed it. Okay, anyways, I'm going to debug this and we will wait for the execution to complete. Fine, so it is succeeded. Now we can go inside our containers. Okay, and we can see that this has generated just now. This has created just now ABC output. and this was created on the fly automatically. So if you go inside, what will happen? Oh, it fetch these informations. How come these informations? These cars input and list file is also fetched. Okay, so maybe we have done some mistake or what? Let me check. So if I go inside, if I go to source, okay, this was the end time UTC 12/8. So just a second, I will go here and okay, it fetch these two files as well. Okay, we will check once again. How we will check? Let me drop the file or maybe I can drop the entire container also. But let's drop the file here. Okay, and we will rerun this job. So this time we are changing the value. So in input, let me pick, if I want to only, use this file, let me only give time for 6th of December, just to make sure that everything is going good. Or you can put like 7th. Okay, fine. Let me debug one more time. This time it will not create the folder container. Okay, because folder is already available with the same name. Okay, let me check the result now. You can go inside ABC output, we can refresh it. There is a no file found. Okay, let me check where it has written. It has not written anything. Why? Because maybe this parameter it is not getting correct. Okay. Okay, I think we are reading the date incorrectly. So this is month, this is date. Anyways, guys, so we can do one thing. Okay. No, no. Even if you load any recent file, okay, for example, let me do one thing, okay. Let me edit anything inside it, okay. Let me edit any record. So, for example, let's make it like 7. That's it, okay, and save it. Correct. Now you can see last modified date is today's date. Okay, fine. Now what I will do, I will hit last modified date as just now. What's the time in UTC? What is the UTC time right now? I think, let me do this 13, okay? And 4 a.m., right? Okay, no problem. So let me do 14, 4 a.m., okay? This is 12 a.m. So 0, 5. Got it? Now let me try to debug. So guys, whenever we are creating the pipeline, it's very important to do the testing thoroughly. It is success now. So let me have a look. This, okay, this is our output. You can see these files has come. All right, this has come. And why this is coming? Because maybe this cars and CSV is also getting updated at the same time. Okay. Maybe I have updated this on 13th. Yeah, I have updated this on 13th. These two files. Yesterday we were working, right? And today's 14th, not 13th, right? So it comes under that time frame. Okay. So because we have kept 13, so let me do one thing. Let me, because I am in a different time zone, guys. Okay. So that was the reason it always, creates some issues. Okay. Got it? So this is my time actually. Don't be confused. So which time it is? It is my time. Okay. I'm just behind, at least 10.5 hours behind you. Okay. Anyways, so that's all. Any questions on this one?